Ever since scientists first began to explore space, NASA has been at the forefront since its inception, breaking grounds and discovering other planetary bodies with the help of other space agencies across the world. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 5 recent NASA discoveries made in 2019. NASA's Dragonfly spacecraft is selected to become the 4th mission in the New Frontiers program. On the 29th of June 2019, NASA chose the Dragonfly, a mobile robotic rotorcraft lander, to go on an astrobiology mission to Saturn's biggest moon. The Dragonfly is designed to fly like a drone, having 8 rotors, and is set to launch in 2026 to arrive on the richly organic Titan in 2034. The multi-rotor lander would be the first of its kind for NASA, and they hope to fly it to Titan in order to understand its various properties. NASA's Dragonfly spacecraft will become the 4th mission in the New Frontiers program, which was chosen over the other mission finalist Caesar. This was after they both received $4 million in funding to create and develop their ideas. Dragonfly will be using Cassini's 13 years of data through its mission at Saturn that ended in 2017. The data will be used to know the best landing site at a period when the weather is calm, and also know locations to visit that will help benefit science. Its initial landing spot would be at Titan's wide dune fields, which cover a total of 108 miles or 175 kilometers. One of the locations it will travel to is the 55-mile wide Selk impact crater, where there is proof of the presence of liquid water in the past, and also a place where a variety of organic compounds and energy are found. Interestingly enough, when combined together, these can generate life. Elizabeth Turtle from Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory will be the principal investigator of the Dragonfly mission. Titan is parallel to Earth at its early stage and can give hints to how life may have started on Earth. Both Earth and Titan have the same nitrogen-based atmosphere, but on Titan, methane acts like water does in Earth's climate, forming clouds and rain. Also, complex organisms form in the atmosphere due to solar radiation converting the methane and nitrogen, and falls like snow to the icy surface. Titan is the 2nd largest moon in our solar system and has a surface temperature of -299 Fahrenheit. GJ357d, a super-Earth discovered by NASA. In July 2019, a team observing NASA's Exoplanet Survey satellite announced the discovery of a new solar system about 31 light-years away, which has 3 planets orbiting its star at the moment, with one of the planets suspected to be habitable. The star is a red dwarf star named GJ357, and was caught dimming every 3.9 days, which showed that an exoplanet was orbiting it. The farthest planet from the red dwarf star, GJ357d, caught the eyes of researchers as they believe the planet can be habitable. For a planet to be habitable, it has to have a rocky terrain, must have a similar size to Earth, and it must be within a distance from its sun good enough to allow the formation of water, which is essential for life. According to Rafael Luque of Spain's Institute of Astrophysics, and also the Discovery team's lead researcher, the distance from GJ357d to its red dwarf star is similar to the distance of Mars to the Sun, and the estimated temperature of the exoplanet will be around -53 degrees Celsius. Raphael went further to say that if the exoplanet has an atmosphere unlike Mars, it would be easy to find liquid water as it would retain the heat it gets from its sun. GJ357d is 6 times in mass and twice the size of Earth, and the exoplanet orbits its red dwarf star every 55.7 days. The closest of the 3 planets to the red dwarf star is GJ357b, and it's tagged as a hot Earth. Researchers believe it to have a surface temperature of 254 degrees Celsius. It orbits its star every 3.9 days and is 11 times closer to its star compared to Mercury's distance to the Sun. GJ357c, on the other hand, orbits its star every 9.1 days and has a mass of 3.4 times that of Earth. NASA reports that the Mars InSight lander detected its first Marsquake on the planet Mars. On the 6th of April 2019, NASA's InSight lander spacecraft detected a faint trembling on the surface of Mars, which is recorded as the first Marsquake ever experienced. The day corresponds with Martian's 128th day, and the seismic wave was detected by a French-built seismometer called Seismic Experience for interior structure in the lander. Aside from external forces above the surface of the planet, wind for example, that has caused trembling, this is the first record originating from inside the planet. This is the third planetary body recorded to have experienced a quake after Earth and the Moon. One of the major science objectives of the lander is to detect and measure quakes and seismic waves going through the interior of the planet. However, it's not yet certain whether the shaking started inside Mars or was brought about by a shooting star colliding with the planet's surface, sending ripples through its inside. Establishing the source would enable scientists to track down how the seismic energy transmitted through the planet. Aside from the quake on the 6th of April, other tremors were detected by the seismometer on Mars on the 14th of March, the 10th of April and the 11th of April. But they were faint and their source cannot be determined as compared to the event on the 6th of April. While designing the seismometer, the scientists behind the design had to make sure the instrument was very sensitive in picking up accurate signals. A dome called the Wind and Thermal Shield was built by Jet Propulsion Laboratory for the instrument to act as an insulating barrier, which protected the instrument from wind blowing and high temperature changes on Mars. The InSight spacecraft lander is currently located at a safe and flat plane, which is close to the Martian equator. The InSight mission is supported by different European partners, like the German Aerospace Centre and the United Kingdom's Imperial College London and Oxford University. NASA reports that latent viruses in humans may be activated during space missions. According to new research published in Frontiers in Microbiology and funded by NASA, over half of the astronauts during the Space Shuttle and International Space Station flight have shown latent herpes virus reactivated within them, which is believed to have been caused by stress. The research is in line with NASA's deep space travel with astronauts going to the Moon and Mars, and how the immune system of the astronauts reacts in space missions. The herpes viruses remain in a dormant state in the spinal cord nerve cells as controlled by the immune system of the body. However, these viruses can be reactivated and reproduce, especially for people who spend time in space. When this happens, the person shows no signs or symptoms or becomes ill, except if the person is elderly or has a damaged immune system. According to Dr. Mehta at NASA's Johnson Space Center, 47 out of 89 astronauts on short space shuttle flights and 14 out of 23 on longer International Space Station missions shed herpes viruses in their saliva or urine samples. These shed viruses are higher in terms of frequency and quantity as compared to before or after the flight. Dr. Mehta went on to list the physical challenges astronauts have to face, from spending days to months exposed to radiation and microgravity, to the increased G-forces of takeoff and re-entry, to social separation and confinement. All these gives rise to the secretion of cortisol and adrenaline, which are stress hormones and are bound to change the immune system. The rapid viral detection systems were developed by Dr. Mehta and NASA, alongside International Space Station immunologists and virologists. They are currently looking for countermeasures for astronauts who would be embarking on deep space travel. On the 24th of January, Opportunity Rover has been on Mars for 15 years. January the 24th, 2019 makes it 15 years since NASA's Opportunity Rover has been on Mars. Opportunity took off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Space Station in Florida and landed on Mars just south of the Martian equator, 20 days after its twin rover Spirit landed in the Gusev crater side of Mars. Both Opportunity and Spirit were designed to run for 90 Martian days to search for old traces of water. A mineral Opportunity found in rocks was hematite, which requires water to form, confirming there was presence of water at one point on the planet which might support microbial life. These two solar-powered rovers continued to roam their territories long after the 90-day period. Spirit finally stopped working in May 2011 after it got stuck in thick sand, unable to set itself to get power from the sun. It covered a total distance of 4.9 miles. Opportunity, on the other hand, covered 27 miles. Opportunity stopped communicating on the 10th of June 2018. Many attempts to revive Opportunity using command prompts by the engineers in the Spaceflight Operations Facility at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory proved abortive. Opportunity was the 5th spacecraft placed on Mars by NASA out of the 8 sent to Mars. Opportunity currently sets the record for the longest distance covered by any spacecraft on any planetary body outside Earth. But what do you think of these 5 NASA discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.